All right, again, guys, my name's Evan with KWRI Marketing. Today's class is Command Overview. So we're going to go ahead and get started by going to our command login page. That is going to be agent.kw.com. And once you log in, once you go to that URL, you should see the agent login page. This is where you're going to enter your KW username and password. Now, I do want to start by letting you know that your username is not case sensitive. However, your password is. So be sure that your password, if it's supposed to be capitalized in a certain spot, it is, and that you are not adding a space before or after your password, as this will not allow access. If you need to look at your password as you are entering it, you can do so by clicking on this little eyeball here, and it will reveal your password for you, so you can make sure you're entering it in correctly. If you forgot your password, you do not know your password, you're not able to gain access to your account, you are able to use this forgot password feature right here. And this will send a code to your password recovery email that you have on file. I will be showing you in just a bit where you can also find that email address to make sure that it is up to date in case you ever do need to use the forgot password feature. So we're going to go ahead and click sign in. And it should take you straight to your command homepage. Sorry. All right, so if your command dashboard looks a little different than this, it's perfectly fine because this is customizable, and I will be kind of going over with you in just a moment. So we're going to start over here at the top left. So you should see that you have a couple different things right here. You should have command and connect. If you are part of leadership, with your market center, you should see Command MC as well. So if you are just an agent and you hold no leadership role with your market center, you will not see this Command MC. So the first one, again, is going to be Command. This is going to be your command dashboard and all of these little different sections of command here. And then you have Connect. Connect is like a learning portal that is also available through Command. It's going to have all different kinds of learning as well. So over here towards the right-hand side of Command, you're going to see that you have this little storefront icon. This is your marketplace. This is where you're able to download different applications that connect with your Command account. Keep in mind when exploring the marketplace, some of these are paid subscriptions. So make sure you keep an eye and read the details because it will make sure it will let you know. But there are free applications as well in here. Next to the little storefront, you have this bell. This is going to be your notifications. And as you can see, there's a little red dot and then this number in red next to it. Think of it like your phone or your email. Whenever you have unread notifications that you don't check and that number just keeps building, that's what that number is referring to. So how many unread notifications that you have. When you click on the notifications, you're going to see that it does break this down into two different sections for you. You have your unread and your read. And you can see that this is currently set to all notifications. If you were to click on the all notifications, you are able to filter which notifications you are viewing at the moment. So if you wanted to just see notifications for a certain different specific area, you can. Moving along, we're going to skip over the name drop down for just a second, and then we're going to go ahead and click on the circle with the question mark. This is where you're able to find help and information. So there's guided tours provided by KWRI. You have the Keller Williams University, which is more great training. You also have chat with support. So if you ever need to get in touch with KW support, there is a live chat option. If you reach out to us, we do provide all kinds of support, but there are a couple things that we may tell you that you need to reach out to KW support for. And this is where you'll be able to do that. When you click on KW support, this little window is going to pop open. And then you'll see that there's a get in touch option that shows. When you click on that, there's going to be live chat. So this will connect you with the live chat agent from KWRI, who should be able to help you fix your whatever situation may be fairly quickly. So that is always a great tool that you have at your disposal. And you can just close out of that by that little window. All right, so coming back, I'm sorry, and then you also have your post and idea right here. There's going to be all kinds of things that happen with KW Command. Command always goes through a bunch of different updates. If you've been with Keller Williams before or for a while, you will know that things are ever changing with this platform. And if you ever come across something that you think is a great idea that you would love to see in Command, you can do the post an idea. We actually just sent out a video about how to use this to where you can search to see if the idea has already been put on this platform, to where you can vote it so it gets more views, or if it's not there, if you don't see that anybody's posted it before, you can post it yourself. So that's always a great thing too, to help KWRI learn and see what they can do better. All right, so now we're going to go over here to our name with this drop down. When you click on your name, so if you are part of a team, if you're part of a team, you'll see that there will be two different accounts here. So this is how you're able to switch between your personal command account and your team account. So if you're on a team, you don't have two separate logins for one team account and one personal. They are one account, and you just have this switch option here. Now, whatever account you are currently in is going to be the account that shows up on the top, and then the other account will show right below it. So you just click on the other account to switch. If you mainly use your team account for everything, and you don't really use your personal and you want to switch the default account, I will show you in just a moment where you can set the default to be your team account. All right, so moving down, we have our referrals profile. We do a great class in referrals, especially about referrals profile. This profile is going to be an independent profile versus your marketing profile versus your MyKW profile. This is going to be when other KW agents are searching the KW referral network, looking for referral partners. This is going to be the information that they see. So this is kind of important information if you are big into referrals, or you're just getting started in referrals. You want to make sure that this information is showing correctly and up to date. Another thing too, this bio, again, this bio does not update with the other bio sections. So I tell agents all the time, this bio can kind of be tailored to more of a referral point of view versus looking for agents. Because again, the referral network is going to be for other agents, where the marketing profile is going to be more catered to looking at clients. So you can play with this bio and make it different if you'd like. Let's go ahead and go back to the dropdown. And then next, we're going to go ahead and go to my profile. So my profile that pulls up is going to be, this is the public information that's about you. So this is going to be information that when you go to the regular kw.com and you do like search for an agent and you look your name up, this is going to be information that shows that pulls up there. If you do not want your information showing on the kw.com, you do have this toggle right over here to the right. So you are able to turn that off, or if you see that this is currently off, you can click it and make it let it show. Turn on. Can't talk today, sorry. I'm scrolling down, so you do have your name, profile photo, and biography. Again, this information is separate. This is not the information that pulls onto your website. There is a different place where that you can find that, and we will be going over that in just a bit. You have all kinds of things such as your language that you speak, any service areas, specialties, designations. You should have your real estate license information below that. If your real estate license number, expiration date, anything like that is incorrect, your MCA of your market center will be the ones that have to that will need to update that. We don't have access to it, and neither do you. And then you also have some contact information below that. Moving along down here on the left-hand side, we're going to see the next section is My KW. We're going to go ahead and give that a click. So this section is going to be internal information. This information is not able to be seen by anybody outside of your market center staff or yourself. So things like your KWUID, this number is used a lot with Keller Williams for things like when you're registering for a family reunion, mega camp, and all kinds of other things too. So if you ever need your KWUID, this is where you'll be able to find that. Below that, you have your KW email address. So you'll see right below where it shows you what your KW email address, there's a manage your KW email option. When you click on this, it's going to take you to another screen, which is inside the My KW account. And you'll have like an edit email accounts here. You'll see that you have an alias email option, which you can create alias emails. If you don't know what an alias email is, or you are wanting to explore that option, I would recommend reaching out to us. as an alias email is not like it's not completely a second email address. There's limitations, restrictions, and things like that with it, and we'll be more than happy to assist you getting that set up and providing that information for you. There is also this forwarding section. Again, this forwarding section is a little dated. You actually, if you want to reach out to us, we'll set up the forwarding for you. We would just need your email login information because that is actually done through the inside of your actual email account, not through here. And then next we have the password section. So if you ever want to change your password, this is where you would go to change your email login, your email password. If you are part of commercial and you have a commercial email address, as you can see here, just make sure you select which account you are selecting your new password for, and then you can enter it here. All right, we're going to go ahead and go back. All right, and then below that, we have our login credentials. So this is where you can have your username and your password. If you want to update your username, you can do so by clicking this edit. You can also edit the password recovery email by clicking on this edit button here as well. So this is where that email address, if you ever need to use the forgot password feature, this is where you would update that. Now scrolling down, you have some more personal information, such as a communications email address. So an email here is where you prefer to receive your emails, along with a bunch of other information, such as, emergency contact, beneficiary, profit share accounts, things like that. Scrolling down on the left-hand side over here, the next section you're going to see is My Affiliations. If you are part of multiple different market centers, you will see that you have all those market centers listed over here. And you'll also have one for your MLS listings. Now, if you don't have one for MLS or the MLS information is blank, that means the MLS information has not been added to your command account yet, which this can be added by, again, your MCA would need to be the one to add it for you. They'll just need your MLS login and the name of the board that you joined. Some areas have multiple different boards, so if there's just one board in your area, they should know that, but make sure you let them know. When you click on the market center that you are part of, ours doesn't because we don't hold an agent role, but you'll see that it does break down into different sections of like your split, how much you've paid into your cap, royalties, all different kinds of information that agents love to know. So when you click on that, you'll be able to find all that great information there. If you see any of that information is incorrect or anything needs to be updated, again, your MCA is going to be the one you want to reach out to about that. All right, so now we have to go back to our Connect profile to be able to click back on a drop down. So the next place we're going to go is we're going to go ahead and click on our settings. So when you click on your settings, this is going to bring you to this integrations page. This is going to show you all the different applications that are currently connected, well, they're currently associated with your account, whether they're connected or not. So you have things like .loop DocuSign. It's going to show you what the actual application is. It's going to show you if you have an email that's connected to it. It's going to kind of give you a little brief preview of what that email address is. It's going to give you a status over here, whether it's connected or not. And if it's an application that you can connect multiple accounts, it's going to let you know how many accounts are currently connected with that application. And then next to that, you do have your manage features button over here. So you can manage them, connect them, disconnect them, things like that from the right-hand side. Now we are going to go ahead and scroll down. We are going to go ahead and jump into our command email section under the email services. I do want to first point out that it shows here email health status good. You will see this a couple different places as we go through today, and I'm going to let you know what that is. So this is something new within the past few months that KW has released. This has to do with the status of your account because agents send a lot of smart plans, campaigns, things like that to clients. And a lot of times it's potential clients that are trying to build their database. What this is letting you know how many times your emails that are being sent out are being spammed. So if this is good, showing a good status, that means everything's going good. You don't really have to worry. If this changes to a yellow, then that means that you're getting a lot of emails being spammed by the people you're sending them to. So you might want to make sure where you're getting these contacts that you're sending to, make sure that your email address and everything like that, that the command email is updated. And then if this turns red, your account will be suspended for 2 weeks. You will not be able to send smart plans or campaigns, and you will have to take a quiz by KW. It's like an email best practices quiz in order to regain access to being able to email. So we want to make sure you always keep an eye on that. Make sure your emails are not being spammed. So one good thing that you can do is by clicking on manage here. And then when you scroll down, you're going to see the email configuration. This is going to show the sender name and the reply to email address on your emails that are being sent through command. So you want to make sure that it's not showing some weird name here, and make sure the reply to email is not agent 343216943, like a bunch of numbers, something crazy. Because if you were to receive an email like that, you would probably spam it too. So making sure this is updated is very important. Right above that, you have the monthly account usage. So you are allotted 5,000 free emails per month by KW. If you have a giant database and you send more than that, you are able to click on this manage subscription and purchase more email addresses. You will also see this purchase more subscriptions multiple times throughout today's class as well. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go over to our the settings side over here. So first we have general settings. This is you'll see default account. This is where you're able to go and change if you are part of a team and you have a team account. And again, you want to make sure your team account, your default, when you log into command, you can do so by here. And you have some notification preferences below that. Next, under command settings, we have a few different areas. One thing that I'm going to go ahead and jump into just a little bit is the contacts. When you click on that drop down, you have your contact archive right here. So if you ever go through your database and you go to archive contact, you'll notice there's not a delete option straight from inside the database, the contact section. You have to archive them. And then in order to have them deleted, you have to come to the archive and delete them that way. Make sure if you archive them from your database, you delete them, because if you say you go to re-add those people in later on, it's going to show as a duplicate and they're not going to let you add it into your database because it's going to say it's already in your account. It's already in your account because it's in the archive. So you might want to make sure you check that archive out. All right, and then what we're going to go ahead and do next is we're going to go ahead and go into connect settings. And then when you click on connect settings, you're going to see marketing profile. This is where all the information on your website, whether it's a team website or an individual website, this is where all the information on your website pulls from. So if you updated your headshot in the My KW section, it's not going to pull if this is not added here. You'll see right over here to the right that there is another toggle here. So if you want your information branded on your KW website, you need to make sure this toggle is turned on. However, if you don't want your information to show on your website, for whatever reason, just make sure you toggle this off. The updates, any updates you see to this page are not instantaneous. So KW will tell you that they can take up to 24 hours. We tell you it's up to like 1 to 2 hours. They're fairly quicker than that, but they do take a little bit of time. All right, so the first section you'll see here is my photo. You see next to my photo, there is a little red asterisk. These little red asterisks mean that this is a required section. So if you don't have any information filled out in any of these sections going along, it will not allow you to save any portion that you may have updated until everything with the red asterisk is updated. So the My Photo, as you can see here, there is a recommended size 360 by 360 pixels. Again, this is recommended because if it is not a perfect square like it recommends, it will be distorted. So you'll either be like tall and lanky or short and stout like a funhouse mirror. So if you need help editing a photo, or you would like for us to just go ahead and add it for you, you can send it over with your KW username logins and username and password, and we'd be more than happy to get that added for you. Now, as you can see right below that, the team logo is not a required field. However, we do highly suggest adding something here. Because whenever you do send a like a email campaign out, things like that. There is the footer on the bottom, which is going to have on the left-hand side, it's going to have your My Photo. And then there is a team logo section on the bottom of those email campaigns. So if you do not have a photo here, there will be a broken image on the bottom of that footer. So we recommend, whether you are part of a team, whether you have an individual business logo, whether you use a regular KW logo as we have here, just putting something here. And again, this is the same recommended size, a perfect square, as it does show here. All right, scrolling down, you have your My Details section, basic information, your name, your license number, team name. This is not required, so if you want to leave this blank, you can, or you can put it, if you're on a team, or if you have your own business name, you can put that here as well. You have professional job titles, slogans, and designation credentials. Below that, we do have affiliation section. So if you have any military affiliations, you are able to add them here. Whenever you click on the drop down, it does give you a few different options. So reserves, veteran, military spouse. There's active duty. When you click on active duty, it's going to provide another drop down. So if you are originally, say, from another country and you were part of the military in another country, there is all different kinds of different armed forces throughout the whole world on here, so you can add them as well. It's not just the United States. Or if you were not part of the military, but say you're a big supporter of the military and you have it on all your marketing, there is also a supporter patriot option at the bottom that you can select. Moving along, we have our bio. If you have not created a professional bio yet, that's perfectly fine. We just suggest when you click in here, just put a period. That way it allows you to save your work and move along. If you were set up by us, which most people are, we do have a very generic bio that we put in there for you. But if you need it updated, this is where you can do so. Scrolling along, we have some more contact information. So phone numbers, office phone, fax, email, and website. So make sure that the email and website on here, this is what's going to show up on your website. Whether your website link that is in here is different than here, you might want to make sure that's updated. You have your market center information. Scrolling down, we have our compliance section. If you live in a state that has a lot of compliance requirements, which mostly like Texas, things like that, you should know if you're part of, say, like the IABS forms. Whenever we do your onboarding, we have all that information. We do add it on here. If you ever need them updated, you can reach out to us and we can do so as well. If you ever want to do it yourself, there is the add another linked option here that you can add them. Or if you need to remove anything, there is the little trash can icons that will delete what is currently here. Below that, we see this legal footer images. So this image here is a very, very, very small I think it's like a JPEG image that shows up on your website. I mean, it's tiny. The only thing we recommend adding to here would be like the realtor logo or like the fair housing symbol, something like that. It is barely visible to even see on the website, so I wouldn't suggest putting a headshot or anything like that on here. Scrolling further along, we have our social media links. This is going to show up under your image on your homepage down towards the bottom a little bit, to where they can just click on the Facebook link and it's going to take them to your Facebook, things like that. And then you also have your Google Analytics ID. If you have set up your Google Analytics, this is one of two places now. Again, one of two places that you need to add the tracking ID. And I'll show you later on where the second place is. If you don't have a Google Analytics set up and say you would like for us to set it up, stay tuned to the end of today's class. I will show you where to go. You can fill out a brief questionnaire with us, and we will get it set up for you. So again, make sure everything is up to date. Make sure you have everything filled out, and then you're going to click on the Save button here and make sure everything gets saved correctly. All right, we're going to go ahead and go back to our home page. And then, so just to finish off the two little sections from our drop down here, you will see that the next section showing is command training. There are some training videos in this section provided by KWRI for you. And then there's our logout feature as well. All right, so in case anybody, we have any new people that joined since I started the class, again, this is command overview. It's a brief overview, so we're not going to dive too far, too deep into any one area. But if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will try to get them answered as they come, or we'll just make sure they get answered at the end of the class. And stick around at the end, and we'll go over a couple of other little things for you as well. All right, so I did also state at the beginning that your command dashboard may look a little different than ours. The reason for that being is because this dashboard is, again, customizable. As you can see over here on the right-hand side, there is this customize option. When you click on customize, it's going to open up this, this customize home option page. So you are able to select the different widgets that are available. And then you are also able to rearrange those widgets over here. All you'll do is just click, drag and drop where you would like it to go, and it will update. And once you're done, click apply, and you should see that the widgets have moved. All right, so I do see a couple questions. Will I be going over the commission request changes? No, we don't. The commission request is not something that we typically, we do have information about, but updates and stuff like that's a commission request. We don't go over that. No, I have an issue with full list of contacts, even though I just did search or filter to all. I can only see 67 out of 1,000 plus. Then if you would like to wait till the end of class, I'd be more than happy to dive into that with you and we can check. Or if you, okay, perfect. I say, or if you want to just shoot us an email, one of our support staffs, you don't have to wait till the end of class if you wanted to do that. I will drop our Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that's our support email address. If you have any questions, if you need assistance, you can send a request over to them, or again, we can go over at the end of class. Either way. All right. So the first section we have here is our database health. So our database health is going to show you things like what percentage of the people in your database have a phone number associated with them versus an email. Addresses, neighborhoods, things like that. This will also be showing, it goes a little more clarity when we go into the report section a little bit later. So we'll be showing you that. This section over next to it is going to be our Market Center, kind of like the Market Center events section. So if your Market Center currently utilizes the training feature, the training calendars inside of Connect, and they post like their training calendar information for agents on there, you will see it here. Now, if you are part of multiple market centers, and say your market center doesn't actually utilize this feature, it will kind of look like this. It'll just be blank. It'll show nothing's there. Be on the lookout. So if you are seeing this in this section, make sure you're staying up to date with your market center. You know how to view their training calendar, and how they share that information. So don't rely on this if you don't see anything here. But yeah, if you are part of multiple market centers, you can just click on this drop down and select the market center you are wanting to view. Below that, we have our tasks section. This is where you're going to be able to just see any tasks that have been created for you, whether it be through a smart plan, whether it be from a team. You can view the tasks here. You can see what day, the priority, things like that. Next to that, you have your product update. This is where a KWRI this is where they release the information of what's coming up with Command, any new technology updates, things like that. You can see this week's updates, any updates that may have happened last week. You can also click on this arrow and click on what's next. And it's going to show you the quarter. So quarter one and quarter two, quarter three. They haven't released quarter four yet, but quarter three actually just came out too, because I don't think this was here last week. So you can kind of stay in the know with what's coming up with command, any new updates. So if you see something change, it may be why, maybe an update. Scrolling down, we have our goals section. If you haven't set up your goals, I mean, it's never too late to set up your goals, even though it's now July. I would still recommend doing it just so you can kind of keep track and stay focused. I will show you where to do this as well when we get to the report section. But this is where, if you have set them up, this is where you can kind of view those goals that you have put in place. You do have a contact section here that shows you any active contacts, who's most active, things like that. Below that, you have your profit share section. You can always view, stay up to date with anybody in your downline and what's going on with your profit share. Your recent leads, if you have, or if you're very active with paid ads and command, things like that, you can see any leads that come in from your website. You can see who the lead is, where the lead came from, and how many days ago that lead came in. And then you also have a little notepad section below if you like to just jot notes. If you're on a phone call with somebody and you just want to take a quick note, you can just simply click in here and take that note down. All righty, so now we're going to go ahead and dive into the different sections of command here. So the first little section, oh, I'm sorry. And if you hover over them, you can see that there's a little pop-out that tells you which section it is. Or if you click on this red KW square in the top, it's going to pop all of them out for you. So you can see them that way, whatever your preference is. So the first section is going to be contacts. All right, so your contacts are your database. This is where all of them live. This is where you're able to make edits, add, remove, things like that. So first over here in the search bar, you are able to search by a first name, last name, email address, physical address, or you can search by everything. You have the filter option here where you are able to filter through all of your different contacts. You can search by contacts only, leads only, or you can search by different tags. So if you are just searching for, say you constantly search for a agent with the tag, say what we have here, sports friends, you use it all the time. You are able to create what's called a smart view. You are able to create what's called a smart view that will always pull, that you can just click on the drop down and click on that smart view. That's always going to pull that saved filter for you. So you don't always have to go through that whole process that way. You can create a smart view, which is a saved filter search. To the right, we do have our import option. When you click the import option, you do have the option to download the pre-made template file. So if you ever do this option, keep in mind the download template file, there is a header on the first line. Keep in mind that header cannot be adjusted, cannot be deleted, or else your import will fail. If you've ever been with command before, or you've ever tried to do this import by yourself, it can be a little confusing. It can be a little crazy. By all means, send us your contact file with your KW username and password, and we will get that taken. We'll actually reformat it for you. We will send it back for your approval. And then once you reply with the approval, we will get it imported into your account for you. Again, this import process can be a little bit of a headache. Next to the import option, we do have the add contact. If you're just wanting to add a contact in, say one or two at a time, you can just click add contact. So you'll see that the only thing required in the contact is the name and the client's name. Nothing else is a required field. We do suggest as well, if you do have a, say, husband and wife client, we do suggest entering them in individually. So you'll create one contact for the husband, one contact for the wife, and then come in here and add them as a relationship. So what this does is when you add them as a relationship that way, you are able to, export the mailing labels for them, the CSV mailing labels. They will show on one mailing label versus if you had them in one contact, you're not able to, email them separately. You're not really able to text them separately, things like that. You still have them as individual contact cards, but when you do like the mailing labels, it'll put them as one, as long as you input their mailing address in completely the same. Is there a way for a group to share contacts, or are contacts only assigned to each member of the team personally? If the contacts are assigned to the team, um, it depends on the permission levels, but you should be able to share. If you assign individual agent them, then nobody but that agent and the rainmaker will be able to see them. So we would just suggest if they're owned by the team, just assign them um, to the team, or don't assign them to anybody. All right, and then with the adding the contact, there is all this other great information that you are also able to add. So you have email address, phone number. If they are a lead, say you're physically adding them in and you want to select where the lead is from, so you can add it from a list. So there's all different kinds of great option. Or if this lead came from another client in your database, you can select this from contacts option, and then you can select the contact that they came from. There's also the tags here where you are able to select a current tag that may have been set up, or you can simply start typing and you can create a new custom tag. Right below that, you had add more information. When you click add more information, you'll see there's a couple new drop down options to where you're able to add all kinds of great other information, additional emails, phone numbers, addresses. You can do about, and then this is going to give you the option to add birthdays, home anniversaries, things like that. And there's also the custom field as well. So once you have all your information input, you're just going to make sure you click create, and that's going to create the new contact for you. Over here next to the add contact button, you have these three dots. These are going to be your export options. So if you want to export a copy of your contacts, if you want to export mailing labels, you can do so here. Keep in mind when you do an export option, there is going to be a green notification that pops up here in the middle. It's going to tell you to wait a minute, then refresh your page, and then check your notifications. From the notifications, let me see if I can find one for you. From the notification, oh, so here's a mailing label export. You'll see a download option. You'll need to click this download option, and then it will download to your computer for you. So a lot of times people click the export and they think that it just automatically downloads. There's a couple steps first before it automatically downloads. So make sure you keep an eye on that. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and view this little white bar area right here. You're going to see that there is a customized column option. So just like on the command homepage, the command dashboard, you are able to select and you are able to select which sections you are able to view. So these are all the columns, so primary phone, things like that here. Once you have them selected, you are also able to still drag and drop and reorder them to whatever order you prefer. Just make sure when done, you click apply. And you'll see that these sections do show here. If you hover right in between, here it is, like right in between the sections, you should see lines up here like this, where you can click and drag and either make the space wider, make the space shorter, however you prefer. One thing I suggest a lot to agents, they kind of freak out because they'll see like the tag section may look like this, and they say, I'm supposed to have more tags on that client. Well, it may just be that that column's shortened up a little bit, but you can always just check it that way, or you can just click on the actual name and it will show you all the tags here as well. All right, moving next to it, we do have two different view options for our contacts as well. We have like the list view, as you can currently see that we're in now. And then this is kind of like the tile view, square view, however you want to call it. This view does not show as much information. It is a little bit more bigger and bulkier, as you can see. But that's completely, again, up to your preference on your view. And then moving along over here to the right, we have the show options. So when you click on it's going to show here, show 1 of 10. I think it says 1 of 10 first. When you click on this, it's going to allow you to view up to 500 contacts at one time. So you're not having to scroll through each page just to see all of your contacts. Or you can just click on the arrows to page over to see more as well. All right, so your contacts, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the contact. So you have your contact's name here. One thing, if you well, you can see that there is this L that's highlighted in green next to the name. This means that this contact is a lead, whether this lead came in from website, whether it came in from a paid ad, or when you added this contact in yourself, you click the mark as lead option. This is where that symbol comes from. There is also another symbol. It's like a green little circle outline and with a check mark in it. That means that this contact has registered an account on your either app or website. Meaning when they register that account, meaning you're able to see over here in the timeline what they're viewing, like what properties they're viewing on the app or website. If they're liking properties, you're able to create saved searches and send to them. They can save searches as well. So that just means that they've been on your website, and then you're able to track that information. You are also able to, if you would like to have all your clients on your website registered an account so you can view that information, you are also able to do that yourself for them. You can just go to your website, click login, and then register their information. It only asks for name, email address, and a phone number. I just highly suggest if you do that, make sure you send them an email saying, hey, I went ahead and just registered an account for you. Here's your login information if you ever want to view some properties. And then you can kind of track that information as well. But yeah, so this way, I'm sorry, viewing the contact card allows you to see all kinds of information, such as the tags, the information, any neighborhoods that have been added, their timeline activity. This is going to keep correspondence of everything that you've done in correspondence with them in command. You have your opportunities section over here. This is going to show you any opportunities that this client is a part of or has been a part of. You have your smart plans that they're a part of, that they've been added to, any tasks, notes, and again, the save search section. All right, next we have our task section. So tasks are basically broken down into 3 different sections. From each one of these 3 sections, you are able to click the create new task option. Creating the new task option is just going to ask you for some information. You can follow along through here and then click create, and it will create the task for you. So the 3 sections you have are very, very self-explanatory. You have your to-do section, your completed section, and then any archived tasks. The next section we're going to touch on is smart plans. So your smart plans are basically a way to set up automated emails to your clients. Well, not automated emails, automated communications, because you can do text through Twilio, things like that too. So we're actually going to go ahead and start in the library section versus the My Smart Plans. The library is going to give you all kinds of great smart plans that have been created by other KW agents, by KWRI. We've created all kinds of smart plans that you can find in this library as well. Basically, it's like, why reinvent the wheel if you don't have to? So when looking through smart plans, you'll see the smart plan name, you'll see a description of what that smart plan is. You can see how many times it's been downloaded and how many, like the rating it's received. You'll see over here that it's 3 steps long, it lasts for 31 days, and it provides 1 touch to your database. You're also able to see who authored the smart plan, and you have the add smart plan option. If you want to view the steps before you add it, you can click on view steps. This does get confusing sometimes, especially with new agents. So day 1, it's going to say make a call. It's going to tell you to contact them. And then on day 31, the smart plan will repeat unlimited times. So this smart plan will actually just keep going until you turn it off. So every 31 days, it'll restart until you make a call. So if you want to search for a smart plan that you're looking for, I always use Thanksgiving as my search example. As you can see, there's 279 Thanksgiving smart plans that have been published. So there's all different kinds of great smart plans in here. So you can just search through here. When you do add a smart plan, it's going to put it in your My Smart Plans library. Let me see if I can find, here we go. So you'll see over here, the name of the smart plan has a little drop down. You can click to view the steps of the smart plan. You can see next to under this contact section. So this one currently has 2, and then there's an eyeball. This means that 2 people in my database are currently added to this smart plan. If I want to see who those are, you can click on the eyeball and it'll show me those 2 contacts, as well as give me the option I can remove them from the smart plan as well. Moving along, you'll see that when it was created, the duration of the smart plan, and how many touches are provided by this. To the right, you do have your add contact option where you can add more contacts to it. You can edit the smart plan, and then you have 3 dots. So the 3 dots allow you to publish the smart plan to the library. You can copy it or delete it. However, you can only copy or delete as long as nobody is currently added on the smart plan. So would not be able to delete the smart plan, but I could go over and delete this one. And then at the very top right, you do have this create option. If you want to try your hand at creating a smart plan, you can do so. We're just going to name it, create plan. And then this is kind of what it looks like. So you have your different steps over here where you can just drag and drop. And then you can do add day, things like that. So make sure there are some compliance and best practices for outreach here. And then there are some tips and rules as well. I would definitely make sure that you kind of take a look at these when creating smart plans on your own. All right, moving along. Next section we are going to touch on is referrals. So this is going to be your referrals dashboard. This gives you a little referrals overview of how many pending invites that you have here, whether these are invites that you have sent or somebody has sent to you to join their referral network. You'll see the pending number here. You have pending referrals, received referrals, and sent referrals. Below that, you do have your My Referral Network. This is going to show you all the different people that are currently in your referral network. You have their name, how many referrals have been sent or received, where they're located. And then you also have a star right here, which is like the favorites you can select. As you can see, these ones are yellow, meaning that they have been favorited. And then if you want to just have a view of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see, if you want to view just your favorited agents in your referral network, you can click on this little star here, and it will remove everybody else in your network and just show you the agents that you have favorited. So that's pretty cool. Next to that, you do also have a tag button here. You can add tags. Keep in mind, these tags are only going to be for this referral section. Any tags that you add here in the referral network are not going to show in your database. It's not going to show anywhere else except for right here. This is just kind of let you know like little things about them. They were great, great rep, or the agent very communicated very well, things like that. It's kind of like a little way for you to jot little notes too. When you click on the down arrow, it's going to give you some about information about them. You are able to create private notes that only you are able to see. Nobody else will be able to see them. You have your agent stats over here. So number of transactions in the last 12 months, average deal size. And then there's also going to be referral statistics over here. So any referral statistics that say you've sent a referral, she or sent a referral to you, that's going to provide the statistics over here. Moving along, we're going to go over to the My Referral section. This is just going to show you a breakdown of sent referrals, received referrals. You do have these little sections here, pending referrals that are awaiting responses. You have your active referrals that you are working on currently. Your funded referrals are connected to closed opportunities. Expired, canceled referrals that did not receive response in a defined time frame or canceled by the sender. So these are going to be expired or canceled. You have rejected referrals, offers that were rejected by either you or by the other person. So if I sent them over, they rejected it, or somebody sent it to me and I rejected it, they would show here. And then you have all referrals here. Next, you have your referrals map. So I'm going to kind of break down this map a little bit for you today, just because this can get a little confusing. So first we have production. This is going to show you agents by production in a certain area. So I always like to use the example saying, I'm based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Say somebody reaches out to me, a client reaches out to me, and they want to move to Atlanta, and they want to move to a specific area. I'm sorry. Say I have a client, they're wanting to move to a different area, but they're wanting an agent that's well versed in that area. So let's say Florida. So you can scroll in on the map. You can actually you can do Orlando. You type in Orlando, Florida, and then say I want to do Winter Park. So you can scroll in. Now keep in mind, because it is loading a bunch of data as you're scrolling, it may actually like go a little slow. But you'll see all these little green pinpointed areas with these numbers in them. As you scroll, those little green pinpointed areas will turn to red and green. These little red, wait to load a little bit. These little red areas are actually transactions that have occurred by other KW agents in that area. So let's just say, let's get real specific. Let's say whatever this specific neighborhood is, say the client wants to move there. When you hover over this little pin, you'll see on the right hand side that this agent is lighting up. That agent is the one who is responsible for this transaction. Say you hover over and you see that, oh, she has 2 or 3 different ones in this area. You can click on their drop down and you can see a little bit of information about them, or you can click on their name. And this is going to open that referral profile that I showed you in the very beginning. You're going to see closed units, listings sold, all kinds of information here. Contact information, service areas, their bio. Again, so this is where I was saying you can customize this to be a little bit more geared towards somebody looking for other agents. Coming back over here, you do have the option to add this person to your referral network, or you can send send a referral to them from here as well. So this just allows you to, this allows you to search for a little bit more specific agents, their production. Now, another thing you can do, which I almost forgot about, there is also this filter option. When you click on the filter option, say you have an agent that speaks a certain language and you have a client that speaks a certain language and you need an agent that speaks that language as well. Or if you want to make sure the agent is a little more versed in real estate, they've done some deals before, you can also add those into here, which will narrow down the field as well. So keep in mind, this is going to provide information for this area that we're looking in. So if you zoom out, zoom in, it may narrow that down. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the filter because it will also pull over to the next section. So next we're going to do right next to the search area where it says production. When we click on it, you'll see that there's now a market center option, a my network section, and the referral patterns. So market center, this is going to show you different market centers located in different areas. So I will do Atlanta. So as you can see here, nothing's really pulling up, but as you zoom in, you'll see little pings start showing up. So when you click on one, it's going to show you Atlanta Midtown. This market center has 262 agents and it shows you the address. So if you're wanting an agent that's specific to this market center, you can do so. This is going to show you all the agents in that market center. So as you can see, 262. And then again, you are also able to filter these search results down further too, to where you can find an agent that, say, at least 4 closed units in the last 12-month period. So it can go from 262 to 56. You can also see the luxury agent tag above them, so know that they are part of luxury. I actually used to work at this market center. Trade works with a lot of different high-end clients, so I would only know that because I worked there. But when you click on it, you can see that units sold, 9 units, sales volume, things like that. You can see all that information within the last 12-month period. All right, so in the next section is going to be my network. This is going to show you all of the agents in your referral network. where they're located on the map. And again, this is still showing the filtered search results. So let me clear the filter out. So then you can see all the people in your referral network. And then this next section, referral patterns, this just shows where basically referrals are originate versus where referrals are sent to. So I would not try to use this one if you're trying to find an agent to send referrals to. And then next to the map, we do have my network. And again, this is going to be just like on the dashboard. It's going to show you all the people in your referral network. Same idea. All right, next section, we have opportunities. This is going to be your opportunity pipeline. The opportunity pipeline is broken down into 3 different sections. You have your listings, your buyers, and your leases. If you see here that there are different stages throughout the pipeline, and then below these stages, some of them you will see a number 2. These are the current transactions you have in these current phases of this pipeline. As you move along, you will see that there is the volume and the average time that these transactions have stayed in this section. And then you'll see that it does calculate a possible potential income and a probable income over here, your GCI. You are also able to create opportunities straight from this pipeline section as well. And then below, you do have some statistics involving your pipelines. Now, keep in mind too, if you are part of a team, whenever you click on the opportunities section, it will default to your team account, your team pipeline. So if you are part of a team and you want to just view your individual, you just make sure you click on your name versus the team name, and it will bring you to your individual pipeline. If you want to see all of your opportunities, you can click all opportunities, and it will show you all the opportunities that you have created or that you are currently in process with. As you see, we have a lot of test opportunities. When you click on an opportunity, the first page that's going to show is your opportunity details page. It's going to give you, all different kinds of information from your property information, key dates, seller worksheet, financial information, the ownership. Keep in mind, if you are part of multiple market centers, make sure when you are creating your market center, creating the opportunity, that you select the correct market center for that opportunity. Once the opportunity has been created, you are not able to transfer it from market center to market center. You would have to go in and recreate it from the ground up, unfortunately. So you have details, marketing. Next section is documents. We're going to kind of look at for just a very brief moment. This is where you're going to add all of your documents for this transaction. So when you first create the opportunity and you click on documents, and you're not really going to see anything here, you'll see that there is a pick checklist type over here to the left that you need to select, whether it's a residential, whether it's a commercial, things like that. Once select the checklist type, it will populate which documents you need to add over here. You'll see that there are required documents, and there are some that say conditional. These are set by your market center staff. So if there's any discrepancy of what's required and what's not, you would need to reach out to them. All right, next section we're going to go to is campaigns. Campaigns is going to be broken down into paid ads, emails, direct mails, and social posts. So 4 different sections. The dashboard here gives you quick post ideas. It does also give you some tips and training. Over here in the top right, you do have some get started quick start links. You are able to paid ad quick start. When you do the paid ad quick start, it is going to take you to another. It is going to take you to another page. Good morning. Sorry about that. It is going to take you to another pop-up page here where you're going to have these quick start options. As you can see, these ones are going to be, you can add to Facebook or Instagram. This is where you're going to be able to advertise there. And then down here below, not a lot of people realize that you are able to create TikToks on here now. So if you get stuck on TikTok, you want to start creating TikToks, you can do so as well here. All right, so again, we have the paid ads. Paid ads are going to be, set up through Facebook, set up to go to Instagram, things like that. You have your emails. Your email section is going to show you an overview here of emails that have been mailed out. You're going to see your drafts. If they have been mailed, you are able to click on the actual name of the email, and it's going to give you some statistics here of that email, how many were delivered, how many got opened, how many were clicked on, things like that. So you can kind of keep track of what's going on with those. Now, back on the emails dashboard, again, you're going to see that you do only have, it's going to tell you about the 5,000 emails per month. It allows you to upgrade those here as well. What am I missing? Oh, over here on the right-hand side, you are able to click on the three dots. You can duplicate the campaign. You can also archive it. If you are currently have one that's in draft, you can edit the campaign by clicking on these three dots as well and continue editing it. I don't know why I just clicked on that. All right, the next section is going to be direct mail. This is going to be things like your postcards, things like that. You are able to create the design for the direct mailers inside of designs, and then you will bring them over into the campaign, and this is where you'll be able to send them out. And then you have social posts. Social posts, if you have your Facebook account set up, things like that, you can create select which day you're wanting to select the social post to go out on, and then click the little social post link right below it for that day. All right, next section is going to be reports. All right, so our reports dashboard, this is just kind of like a brief view for different sections in these different broken down sections. So your database overview, this is going to show you you have 57 people entered in your database. Of those 57, 41 are currently contacts, and 16 of those total are marked as a lead. You have your database health score. This is going to show you, so 40% of the 57 people in my database have a phone number associated with them. 79% have an email, address, neighborhoods, anniversary, birthdays, so on and so forth. And then below that, we have database activity score. So within the last 30 days, 5.3% of the people in our database we have reached out to, 31 to 60 days, 61 to 90, and 91 days or more. All right, so the report section, there's going to be 3 different reports that you are able to view in this section: your database report, goals report, and opportunities report. As I said earlier, the database report, it does kind of show up a lot in different areas, so you can always see this a lot of different places. So your health score, how many new contacts, this kind of breaks down though a lot more. Your leads, activities, things like that. Then you have your goals. Again, if this goals are set up, which is going to be the next section, this is going to break down your goals. And then your opportunities, how many opportunities, how many are new, and the information pulled from them. Your goals, if you have set up your goals, it's going to show you a breakdown of all those different metrics here. If you have not, you will not see the numbers, but you should see the goal settings in the top right. You can follow there and set those up. You're also able to filter if you have not set up, if you say set up last year's goals and you forget, you want to take a look, you'll be able to see those in the drop down. And it looks like you might be able to go ahead and set up 2025 goals coming up too. Yeah, so you could set 5 months from now, you'll be able to start setting those up. All right, and then lead routing. If you are on a team and you have lead routing set up, I believe only the Rainmaker will be able to see these stats, but this will show you the stats for the lead routing, how many leads have been sent to different agents, things like that. Again, you have email metrics. So you'll see that the purple is for campaigns, the orange is smart plans, and blue is other. You can select which one you're wanting to see the information for. You're able to select the month. So if you're wanting to see last month's metrics, you can change it. And then it's going to show you, well, let's select a better month that maybe we did a little bit more on. Yeah. So account usage, you'll see that we have 11 sent out of the 500 that were allotted. This percentage didn't really go because 11% is not much of anything, but under delivery and engagement, you can see that how many were delivered, 9, how many undelivered were 2. We can view the details below these, and then it's going to show the email address that were undelivered, which one they were from. So this one was from campaigns, and the email subject that was not delivered to them. And then you can again view the information for all of these sections. So this is one great way too. You can see who's unsubscribed from receiving your emails each month. When you click view details, again, you can see their email address. If you're wanting to go through and remove the unsubscribed people or not, either way. But this is where you can find out those email addresses too. And then on the bottom, the reputation metrics, you can see how many people marked spammed out of the number sent. Again, this is where you'll see that if you start getting marked as spam, you'll see this bar start filling up. Yeah, so nobody's done it, but I forget the percentage of it, to be honest, but it's a very small percent. And then if you have like Twilio set up with your account, this is where you see those metrics for Twilio and things like that. How many credits used, things like that. Next section is designs. Designs is kind of like Command's version of Canva. You have 4 different sections. You have your email designs, social media designs, print, and video designs. Now, email designs did just get an update. As you can see, any of these ones that have an email design on, you can see which ones they are right here: social, print, email. Email designs now say non-editable. So just a heads up, email designs, I don't know if they plan on changing it or not, but when you do an email design and you create it, a lot of times people would do an email design and they would just copy it each month and just kind of edit it for like news, what's called newsletters. You're not able to do so anymore. So we do have a tip video we just created on this. You can also check our YouTube channel and search email designs, things like that, for all the newest videos and updates. But yeah, so that's been up. That's KW just did that update with that. So literally last week. So we're still working on that, getting that all together. But yeah, so designs also has a lot of great templates. So when you go to create design, let's do print and hit next. It's going to take you to a new window. And you'll see that it automatically takes you to the template section. You'll see there's so many different categories over here on the left-hand side. A lot of different great information here. So if you want like a listing presentation template, a buyer's presentation template under buyer, there's all different kinds of great things here that have templates for you to use. So I would definitely check this out. Let's see if I can get there. All right, moving on, we have listings. If you have your MLS information connected inside of Command, make sure that the email address that you have for your MLS and the email address that you use for Command are one and the same, but you should see listings pulled over here. You are also able to do collections, or you can also search as if it was like a normal MLS. So you can search certain areas. And once you see listings around the right, you are able to click on them. You can see photos that pull over from the MLS. You can see open houses, virtual tours, and links. So that's pretty cool to take a look at. Your MLS information, again, I did state in the beginning, but if your MLS information has not been added to your command, reach out to your MCA. They'll be the ones that have to add it for you on the back end on their side. All right, last but not least, we have our consumer section. So the consumer section is going to be like the back end for your KW Agent website and a little bit for your KW Agent app. So if you see this giant bluish green banner, that means that you currently are using the new KW Agent websites. If you've been with KW for a while and you do not see this blue green banner thing here, then that means most likely you have not upgraded your website to the new version. And you should see a little upgrade website button right about here somewhere. I would follow along with that. Keep in mind when you do upgrade, if you have any custom landing pages already created on your website, those will not transfer over. So we do have videos on our YouTube channel that will go over how to save those. because you will not be able to edit them. You will not be able to access them, anything like that, if you don't save them first. All right, so scrolling down here, we have my website settings. So this is going to be your subdomain, meaning when somebody goes to their website URL and types in your information, this is what's going to be what they type in to go to your website. Keep in mind, as you see, no www dot before. Agent websites, KW agent websites no longer use www dot. If you do put www dot first, it will not take you to a website. It's going to show you a broken page because they do not utilize them. So you will just have to put scottleroymarketing.kw.com in order for it to show up correctly. And that is with a lot of new websites these days are no longer using those www. So if you, for whatever reason, wanted to update your website URL, all you simply have to do is just click in here, type in what you want it to be, and then click Save Changes. And it should give you a green notification that it was saved successfully as long as it was available. Below that, you have your app URL. This is going to be for your KW consumer app. This is not able to be edited, but you are able to copy the URL here to use for any marketing, things like that. Or I suggest creating a QR code with it, so that way people can just scan the app link from their phone and just download it directly on their phone. Now, I do want to go ahead and make note that the KW consumer website and the KW consumer app, they are consumer facing functions, meaning that when you go on there and you see the login, that login feature is for them to create a login. You do not have a login for that. Your KW username and password will not give you access to that because it is for them. You can create an account as if you were an agent, but there's no back-end logins for you to go through there. It's all done through command for you. Now, next below that, you do have the team referral links. If you are on a team, you should see this here. It's going to have your team website URL, your team app link, and team member app link, which we do have explanation videos for those as well. Preferences, do you want to display Keller Home Loans on your app and site, Keller Covered, or display neighborhoods? And then below that, we have forced registration. Forced registration is going to allow kind of give you control of how many properties a client can view when they're on your app or your website. I'm sorry, I believe this is actually just website. Yeah, on your site. So this means that if they're only allowed to view 2 properties, they can only search 2 properties, and then there's going to be a prompt that's going to make them register an account with you, which when that happens, their information will automatically save into your database. So that is kind of a cool feature. You can collect their information. It'll show them as registering an account. You can do save searches with them once that account has been registered. But you can set that to no property, 2 property, 10, or unrestricted. Just make sure as you're going through, you save changes just right here on the left-hand side on each section as you're going through. All right, we're going to go ahead and click on Edit My Website. And this is going to take you like deep diving back end of the consumer website. So you'll see here that there is a direct link to your KW agent website. If you're on a team and you have your team website set up, you can click on your name, and then you will be able to click on your team name. If you are part of leadership, you will see that the office has their name here, because leadership websites are now able to be controlled through the back end as well. I do see a question. In the tags, I don't see it. All right, we'll go circle back to that in just a minute. All right, so yeah, so this is how you can switch between the different accounts. You do have some quick start options here. So this is where you can create a custom page and a landing page. Keep in mind the difference. A custom page is going to show on your website, on most likely under the More section. A landing page it's going to be kind of like an off branch of your website, but this will not show on your website. This is going to be, if you don't see your team name there, then you probably haven't set up your team website. So yeah, so this is going to be like a landing page that you can use for, just you can send a link to somebody that's going to take them directly to that page. So if you are wanting to create a a property landing page, they have this quick start option here now where you can create that here. And then you'll be able to see the different pages here that you've created, custom pages. Your landing pages are going to be all the way down at the bottom. Yours won't typically be that long. And then your custom landing page links here as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.